Hey everyone, welcome back to Pokemon Rejuvenation, where love lies. Hope everybody is staying happy, healthy, and safe. Previously, we started Chapter 4, and we'd begun Kenneth's life in Sheridan Village after Talia died, and it was basically the start of Alita's era, so to speak. During this time, Kenneth also met with the Kartos Mountain Oracle, who told him if he wanted to stop seeing these visions that perhaps he could try settling things with his brother, because that had somehow damaged his psyche and started this whole mess right here. So now here we are on 4 Island, Kenneth's home. So speaking of which, over here on this patch of red flowers is a shiny stone. That is the second one in the game. There's only 2 shiny stone evolutions in the game, so you can have them both now. So speaking of which, I'm actually going to go ahead and check the PC. I didn't go over this previously, however, I wanted to go over this now. In the previous part, we got this Mewtwo right here. That was from the capsule, the time capsule. If you collected all 3 keys and the time capsule itself, you would get this Mewtwo, holding the Mewtwo Knight Y. It has perfect IVs, Fire Blast, Psychic, Aura Spear, and Calmed Mind. We also received all of Talia's Pokemon, and all of them have perfect IVs, which is just incredible. So they're also all leveled up to 55. You don't have to train them, honestly. Although there are going to be some battles coming up, so all of them have those 31 IVs. They are absolutely fantastic. And to top it off, right here is the Mover Learner, and she can teach you anything that you've already learned, basically. So that's kind of cool. I don't really need her. Again, I think I've showed off my team. I'm going to be bringing Larvesta with me for a bit. It should probably gain enough experience at the end of this, combined with some rare candies, to level up to 60. Although honestly, I have 13 rare candies, I could just level it up to 60 straight up right now. But I don't think I'm gonna waste them. Doesn't really matter. Also, if you need to, the mart is right here. You can check out the mart. You can grab any last minute items that you might need. I do have a little bit of money right here. Revives are, oddly enough, really expensive. I assume they don't want you to, like, revive spam. That's all that there really is to it. I'm pretty sure. This is where the old daycare couple used to live. It's because of them that Tessie is here with me now. They were old, though. I don't think they're still around. Also, I should mention, speaking of Tessie, that you do want to have Tessie with us. Tessie is the only known party member that has Surf, so you're gonna need Tessie. This is where I used to live. I refuse to go in. This used to be Jenny's house. It looks like she moved away long ago. She never told me, but I guess I never kept in touch anyway. This used to be Claus's house. Those were the easy days. But it looks like both Claus and Ginny are gone. Did they? I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyways, we're going to surf up this way and head on in to Icefall Cave. Icefall Cave. I'm going to need to find some way to get up that waterfall. Remember that there used to be a Waterfall HM on the bottom floor. But that was ages ago. Someone could have picked it up and taken it by now. Still, it doesn't hurt to check. Alright, so right here at the entrance is going to be a PC star. And if you need to access your PC, that's the quickest way to do so. If we come right in here past this one trainer, there should be a healing star right here. I also want to mention something of note. So, if you go over this patch of ice and go back over it again once it's cracked, you'll fall down here. So something I did earlier was I challenged this trainer down here from this location, and then I went back up and I fell down from another spot, and I actually soft locked myself, which was ridiculous. So anyways, back here in the cave, we're going to go over this way and we're going to grab the never melt ice. And once we reach this point, we're going to have two choices. I'm going to go ahead and take this choice right here. If we fall down here, there's a couple of trainers, but there's also a rare candy. And that's pretty much it for this section. However, we're going to take the ladder, jump down here, and fall down this patch of ice right over here. So realistically, you want to go up this ladder and you want to choose one of these two patches of ice to fall down under. So I'm going to choose this one first off. If we come up here, we'll actually find the rocky helmet. Most of the items on this level are kind of messed up in the way that you sort of have to grab them one at a time, which means, of course, we have to go back over here, fall down this patch of ice again. Also, I should mention there's a focus sash right on this rock to the left of me. That could come in handy, potentially. But again, like I was saying, you unfortunately have to grab most of these items one at a time. So over here, next up is going to be another abandoned Pokeball. It's going to be the last Pokemon we collect for this entire playthrough. There's an abandoned Pokeball all the way down here. I suppose it's not entirely impossible for this to have been here, but I feel like Deagan and I would have noticed something like this down here. Whether or not it's placed here, been placed here or not, leaving it won't help me, so. And we are going to obtain Empoleon. Empoleon will be stored in box 1. And Empoleon, it looks like it has everything I need to scale rocks and waterfalls. How convenient. How convenient indeed. So unfortunately, there's one last item that I want to grab down here. So hopefully I don't mess this one up. I think I already did, actually. Alright, I'm going to go back up, and I'll actually go down here this time. So we want to go all the way over here, and there should be a hidden max revive right there. And that's it. That's every item in this area. Every notable item, I should say. So now we want to go ahead and go to the PC. And we want to move our Pokemon around. So I'm going to be grabbing this Empoleon. 31 in all IVs this time, which is fantastic. Has Rock Climb, Waterfall, Scald, and Toxic. So I need to get rid of somebody on my team. I think Gastrodon can go. That'll be fine. So with that, we can make our way all the way up here and climb up this waterfall. To the right, we'll find ourselves a damp rock. Also, if we surf all the way over here, there is a mystic water hidden on this rock. I know you get 2 of them, but honestly, that's kind of nice in a way. After all, you do have so many water types. So after all that, we're going to be taking this ladder up here, exiting through this cave, and we'll have a bit of a double battle. Alright, so that battle is taken care of. That double battle is actually one of the toughest fights in the game, if you ask me. But it is also the last regular fight in the game as well. So from here, we're going to surf on up over here until we reach this rock climb spot. Begin with Empoleon, and rock climb up here. Up here, we'll find ourselves a PC star, and also a healing star. So I'm actually going to be doing this fight a couple times over, mainly because I want to show both endings, but also I want to show a couple ways of dealing with the fight. So for now, I'm going to be taking my rare candies, and since I took Larvesta with me through all these fights, I only need to use 4. However, we have 14 at this point, so you could easily just use 10. But right here, we're going to evolve Larvesta into Volcarona. Volcarona is going to hard carry us through the next battle. Once we evolve it, it's going to want to learn Quiver Dance, and yes, I'm going to get rid of Double Edge. Also, I'm going to give it one more rare candy to level it up to our level cap of level 60. at this point is going to try to learn Heat Wave, and yeah, that's pretty good actually. I might actually work with that. If you want, you could always take it down to the move relearner. I think you could give it like Fiery Dance or something, which would probably be better than Heat Wave, just in case you do miss. Since if you set up with Quiver Dance, obviously the last thing you want is to miss attacks, but I think this will be fine. So I'm going to go ahead and do a safety save right here. And we're going to walk on up these stairs of ice. What did I tell you all the way back in that tiny village? We made an agreement that things wouldn't be pretty if we crossed paths again. And yet, here you are, standing behind me with some foolish gall. In the place we used to play when we were younger. It's poetic. What are you doing here, little brother? I could ask you the same question. We've all got our reasons. As unlikely as it seems, I'm here to amend my relationship with you. Not even you are that stupid, little brother. There's no way you came all the way down here just for that. Have you come back home because you're running away from new problems too? The complete opposite. I came here to face my problem head on. Oh, and I'm your problem now, huh? You're only as much a problem as you want to be. Why do you even resent me? Can't you see that your hatred is irrational? My hatred is as rational as I want it to be. Yeah? I can take your line and throw it right back at you. Still makes no difference. You're supposed to be older than me, but you're just a child. You're upset with me for following in our father's footsteps, but fail to realize you're doing what he did, but worse. Our father died. He didn't leave us on his own violation. But you left your family for your own selfish reasons. So who's really the bad one here? You think you know everything about me, but you don't. And you think you know everything about me, but you absolutely don't. That's the thing, Deagan. We're family, but there's no connection here at all. I'm willing to restore our connection, but if you want to be difficult, and for my sake, and my family's sake, I will kill you. Huh. That cute little red-haired girl was right. Red-haired girl? She told me that if I came here, you'd show up right after. And she was right. Look at you. Right where I wanted you to be all along. Deagan, whatever she told you. Shush, little brother. You talk far too much. Thanks to that girl, I have something that will guarantee my victory. Take a look at this. Deagan, what's going on? What did you do? This is what's called a dimensional rift field. Dimensional rift field? Deagan, what is all of this? That red-haired girl told me everything I needed to know. She gave me rift matter and told me to bring it here. Igniting rift matter causes it to distort the field for a short period of time. Because of this field, my Pokemon and I have been empowered. Can you feel this dark energy brewing all around us? I become a trainer myself and engulfed myself in the power of Dark-type Pokemon. All so that we could battle one last time. Right here. You've been planning my arrival all this time. Of course I planned this. don't think I underestimated you. I mean, if I did, why would have I recommended you so highly to Jan and Amanda back in Gearan City? You're the one who recommended me? That would mean that you're the dark type leader. That is absolutely correct, little brother. What's the point of going out of your way to do that? When we fought, I wanted us to be complete equals. It wouldn't be satisfying if I just squashed something as insignificant as you. Besides, two gym leaders fighting for their lives? What greater thrill exists? This has been a long time coming, little brother, and I won't hesitate. And neither should you. You claim that you want to be equal, yet you put yourself in a position that completely favors you. Details, details. Older people get to decide what it truly means to be equal. Remember that. So be it, Deagan. I wanted to repair our connection, but it's clear that you have no intention to make things right, as I expected. So let's just get this over with then. This is it. This is the final battle. Final battle between us and Deagan. So he starts off with the Spear Tomb. This thing is super bulky. You saw it had that seed earlier. I'm just going to go ahead and start Quiver Dancing. It likes to use Sucker Punch sometimes, so you do get free Quiver Dances off right then and there. So I'm just going to be setting up on this Spear Tomb. There's a lot of good reasons to set up on this fight. You may also want to go ahead and use your Focus Sash, though. There is one Pokemon that it will come in so much handy for. But for now, I'm just going to set up on Spear Tomb, and then we're going to put in a ton of work. Also, I should probably mention, I brought this Larvesta around with me through a ton of battles, so it does have some EVs. Obviously, they're not in the proper place. It's not really EV trained. It doesn't have a lot of them. But that could make a little bit of a difference compared to if you just used like 10 or 8 rare candies. I'm not really sure how many it's supposed to be. Eventually he does Toxic you, which is kind of annoying. I do have these 6 Quiver Dances up, so I think I'm going to go ahead and full restore. I should have one of those. So I'm just going to pop that on Volcarona and heal it all the way up, and I'm going to go for the Quiver Dance right here, or the Bug Buzz actually. Since we now have 6 Quiver Dances up, nothing lives at this point. Absolutely nothing. So we're going to sweep Deagan right here. So Houndoom over there has its own seed. It's going to boost its special attack. Doesn't matter. We're Volcarona, we're plus 6 special attack, and we just one-shot everything. Next up is going to be Muck. So I think I actually want to use Heat Wave on this, or maybe I don't. I'm not actually sure. I think Bug Buzz should be fine. I probably shouldn't second guess myself. I think most of his Pokemon have seeds that boost themselves on this field as well. So that is going to be the Scrafty down. And I'm getting some levels, they kind of don't matter. Here is going to be his Weavile, his ace, his level 60. So this Weavile is going to Mega Evolve. Yeah, Mega Weavile exists in where love flies. It's pretty cool. It's absolutely insane. The one thing I do have to say about Mega Weavile, though, is it's actually really, really fast. I remember in one of my playthroughs, I attempted to use a Unburden Hawlucha to try and outspeed it. I didn't level it up to level 60, and I think Weavile still outsped it. Which just says so much about how fast it is. But that is going to be our first battle with Dark Leader Deagan. It's over, Deagan. I won. And that's that. You sure did, little brother. Now, what are you going to do? It's like you said. If I was a problem, you wouldn't hesitate to kill me. Now you have your chance, so what'll it be? I said that'd be the case if you became a problem. But the only thing I see in front of me is an old man with nothing left. So what? Just do it already. You were right about everything. I blamed others all my life for my problems and for our father dying. I went ahead and became what I resented most. It's so ironic. And I knew that I was becoming what I hated, but I ignored it. I pretended that it wasn't me who was at fault. I blamed everyone. And based off those lies, I wanted to kill the only family I had left. Mama and Papa are dead. Tesla and Amber would never want me in their lives after I left. There's nothing for me to live for anymore. And I know, no matter what I do, I can't change. So be a man and kill me already. No, Deagan. You just proved to me that you can be changed. First step of becoming a better person is to accept your faults. That's what Talia taught me. And you don't need to be strong if you don't want to. You have others you can rely on to give you their strength. Your wife, Talia, is a smart woman. Was a smart woman. She died a long time ago. What about your daughter? Nora, was her name? I'm so sorry. It's okay. I've accepted her death. And I've accepted her legacy. That's what I live for now. Even if she blames me for her death, I have to keep living to make things right. She blamed you for her death. She did, and it's haunted me ever since that night. It's why I came here, Deagan. I didn't want another person I cared about to die with them hating me. That guilt would be too much to bear. You don't have to be alone, Deagan. Let's just throw all that animosity between each other under the bridge. After everything I've done, I'm not asking for everything to be fixed overnight. Healing will always take time. It's true Tesla and Amber may resent you, but you can win them over with time. Don't let Amber live without a father, Deagan. She needs you. Leave this island with me, forever. Let's go back to our families, because that's where we really belong. You're right. I can't just stay here and mope away forever. I need to get back home. I need to get back home to Amber. I rejected her and Tesla for my own selfish needs, but it's time I started acting like a man. Let's leave this island, like you said, little brother. Mama and Papa aren't here, but this is what they would have wanted, for sure. But can I be selfish one more time and ask you for a favor, Kenneth? What's up? Could you help me with Amber and Tesla? I'm not really good at talking with people. Jockeying, I know. Don't worry, I'll help. After all, you're not the only one who needs to apologize to Tesla. Ugh, I forgot. She really doesn't like you. I know. Like, really resents you for not showing up to her show. Yeah, I know. And then you didn't even send her a note? Jeez Louise, you're cold. Deagan, I know. I'm just as much in the doghouse as you. Then let's not keep my smoking hot ex-wife waiting, yeah? Ugh, sure. Don't move a fucking muscle. What? You heard me right. I said, don't move. That battle we had must have really shaken up the ice platform. What do? We can't just stand here all night. Will you let me think for a sec, bro? Appreciate it. Maybe if I just... Deagan! I got you, Deagan. Just hold on. Damn ice. It broke before I could even do anything. I'm real sorry about all of this. You can apologize to me once we get out of this safe and sound. But this waterfall isn't making it any easier, that's for sure. I can just reach Lucario's Pokeball. I might be able to. Don't waste your energy, little bro. We both know how this is gonna end, so let's just end it. Deagan, shut up! Don't talk like that! Only one of us can truly get out of this alive, little brother. And you know it. You can't hold both of us here. Be a man and let me go, Kenneth. I won't hold this against you. I promise. Bullshit! I don't care if you will or not. I'm not letting go. Kenneth, don't be stupid. I already hit my head when I fell. I'm losing consciousness. I want you to do something for me, Kenneth. No. You can do whatever that is yourself. Just give me some time. We don't have any time. My hands are already slipping. Please, just tell my little baby girl that I love her. Tell Amber that for me. I'll never be able to hold her, and I'll never be able to be there for her when she becomes an adult. I don't want her to grow up hating me, even though I deserve it. Even if by this decision you despise me, I accept it. Deagan, don't do it! I'm glad we settled our differences. And I'm glad we grew to love each other, if only for a very short time. I love you, little bro. You've returned safe and sound, Kenneth. Unfortunately, the same could not be said for your brother, Deagan, correct? He didn't make it out of the Icefall Cave. And when we finally made up and became companions again. This is all like some sort of cruel fate. I don't understand it. Fate and destiny are tricky concepts. It's unclear whether or not they are pre-written. Sometimes the world suggests the former, and sometimes the world suggests the latter. The best thing for one to do in life is to just live and play the cards they hold. The appearations that have appeared seem to have stopped. I haven't seen a single one since I left that cave. Fantastic. I am happy for you. But before we celebrate, I would like to examine your psyche once more. Will you allow me to evaluate your psyche once more? Fine. You might as well, since I'm here. Now, let us take a look at your connection with Deagan. Ah, yes. It seems like this severed connection has been repaired. Anything that corrupted this connection with you has gone away. It seemed like you two shared a special bond. It's unfortunate that it only lasted for a few moments. Nevertheless, I believe fixing your relationship with Deagan seems to have stabilized your mind. That regret you held no longer manifests itself as these appearations. Well done, Kenneth. So, I'm going to be okay? You're going to be okay, Kenneth. I see. Thank you, Kaya. I really appreciate everything you've done for us. I have done nothing. I've simply led you in the right direction. That is the role Arceus has bestowed upon me. Understood. Farewell, Kaya. What? No, this can't be happening again. Kenneth, what's wrong? Have you witnessed more appearations? You said you would help me. You said this would all go away. I am very sorry, but I only said it was a possibility. If you are still seeing appearations, Now I see Deagan, standing with Talia and Nora. I'm tired of this. I can't take this anymore. Kenneth, please calm. I can't calm down. Can't you understand that? They haunt me constantly, and they just won't leave me alone. Unhand me this instant. You were supposed to help me. You were supposed to help me. But they're still here. They're still here, and I can't take this anymore. Unhand me, or I'll... Why are you here now, Deagan? If you wanted me to kill you so bad, then fine. I'll finally give you what you really want. Enough. Kenneth, you foolish man. You've done this to yourself. And so I fell. And fell, and eventually it all ended. That's what you would assume, correct? This was only the beginning of my hell on Earth. Oh, my head. Ah, good. You're awake. Finally. We can get through this nicely then. Where am I? I'm the one asking the questions around here. So tell me, what's your name? Why do they always try that? At that exact moment, too? Anyway, like I said, I'm going to need a name from you. Quickly, please. It's Kenneth. Oh, good. Hello there, Kenneth. My name is Medelis. Now, you know your name? Kenneth? Throw it out. It's not who you are anymore. From this point forward, you should just accept that. Create a new name, or something. Most of the grunts don't do it, but it's a common practice amongst us admins. Look, it's really easy. just take my name for example. My name is two names mashed up into one. You could do the same thing, or whatever. K-E plus T-A. What's that supposed to be? Kita. Kita? That's a stupid name, but fine. I'm also going to need a password. What'll it be, Kita? Leonora. Dumb name and password. Yikes. Why are you asking me all this? Who am I? Who are you? Well, if you were listening before, you know my name. It's Medelis. As for where we are, we're Team Zen headquarters. Team Zen? I've never heard of that bunch. Well, that's because we've only just formed over a month ago. And of course, we formed in secrecy. We're not too into being seen. Your Pokemon will be held in this compartment here. To retrieve them, all you must do is enter your name and then your password. You took my Pokemon. Of course I did. You tried to attack me the moment you woke up. Imagine if you actually had a brain and tried calling one of your Pokemon first. A battle in this office wouldn't be very fun. Let's just put it that way. I don't get any of this. What's going on here? Yes, you wouldn't get it right after you've just awakened. It takes a while before your body is able to readjust itself. But think of it this way. I saved you from your fall off that ghastly mountain. Do you remember that? You took quite the fall. In exchange for saving your life, I'm going to ask for something in return. I've analyzed the geothermic energy located in the mountain, and it's quite high. High enough for me to go along with my secret project. And I want that mountain all for myself. It will belong to Team Zen and only Team Zen. But that's not all I want. No. See, here at Team Zen, we're interested in a certain type of energy. An energy that's emitted at the time of one's birth and one's death. The energy is far too weak at birth to do anything of use, but at death, there's something that can be quite useful. Once we're done with that mountain, I want the lives of everyone in your village. Are you insane? I'd never let that happen. I'd rather die than be swindled by you. So, that Alita girl, that's your daughter, right? It'd be a real shame if something awful were to happen to her. Just stop. Just stop it. I'll do what you want. Just don't hurt her. Please. I can't take this anymore. Well, damn. That was easy. Then we have a deal? We have a deal. Great. Then I'll just go ahead and submit this paperwork. My coworker, Nastasia, said she'd take care of your means of transportation. 'Cause, yeah, we're nowhere near Sheerden Village. Whenever you're ready, gather your things and head down to the lobby. It was nice doing business with you, Kita. Ah, Kenneth, you've... Eldest, I want Alita to stay at your home from now on. What? You're kicking me out? Gather your stuff later and move to the eldest house. Staying home isn't the best decision, so please, don't question me. Stand aside, Alita. Also, my name isn't Kenneth anymore. It's Kita. Remember that. Is that a Pokedex? There's only one page in this dex. It's of that Pokemon, Behem. It uses psychic power to control an opponent's brain and tamper with its memories. What is this, and what is it doing in my house? That sound came from the roof. Why am I not surprised that it's you who put that Pokedex there? I feel like you deserve an explanation. Could you meet me in the first spot that we met? The place with the flower bed. You remember the one, right? I do. Good. Don't take long, please. And after this, we'll get the Alita badge, although there's not much use for it. At this point, we'll actually have control over Kita again, but there's not much to do here. You've dragged me all the way out here. So what is it? What could you possibly explain to me? I'm already over everything. Well, I tried to give you a hint, but it seems like you still didn't get it, so... I feel like now that everything's over and done with, you deserve an explanation of everything that's happened to you in your life. I don't understand. How would you possibly know? Do you remember that dream you had? The one you experienced while snooping around in that abandoned mansion? The dream What? How did you know about that? You still don't get it. Me knowing about it implies something. Anyway, to keep things short, that wasn't a dream, nor were you hallucinating. That vision you saw was a memory. A memory? How? How could a memory feel so vivid, as if you were experiencing it firsthand? Well, let me ask you a question first. Is what you remembered really what happened, or do you just remember things going that way? It's like when you wake up from a vivid dream. Sometimes as a result, you can't differentiate reality from fiction. Was what I experienced really a dream, or was it a vision? Ever get that feeling of déjà vu? You're making no sense. You're explaining things, but it just makes me even more confused. I'm trying to say that what you saw wasn't reality. It was a lie. It was a lie. That's right. False, counterfeit, fake, and bogus. You never met Talia in a vision or a dream. That's impossible. She gave me... No, dummy. She didn't give you anything. I was the one who gave you the amulet. You just remember it happening differently because I tampered with your memory. Can you honestly explain to me how you felt during that whole phenomenon? It felt as if reality warped around you, didn't it? It felt otherworldly, but also so real at the same time. That's the power my Behem has. It can change anyone's memory at will. I don't believe you. I made a promise to Talia on that day, that I would find her. But you aren't thinking hard enough. During that vision, what did you encounter? What did I encounter? I encountered... I remember now, all the way back in Giron City, a Behem appeared before me. I thought it imprisoned Talia inside of a crystal, so I fought it. But I don't understand. Why would you do that? Why would you go out of your way to fabricate that? Because I needed you, Kita. That's your new name now, right? I needed you to be the one to meet Talia and fall in love with her. You needed me to fall in love with Talia. Yeah, and it wouldn't have been possible without a little bit of direction. If I hadn't fabricated that memory, you wouldn't have had any real incentive to find Sheerden Village. That fabricated memory was the catalyst that started the long chain of events that I needed to transpire. Without it, you probably would have stayed in Giran and fell in love with Tesla or something. And to think, that was all thrown away for love based on a lie. Is it even love at that point, I wonder? That doesn't explain why me falling in love with Talia would be so important to you. The only thing that can change this world is love. You remember your time with Talia in the Amethyst dungeons. Namira told you she would only allow those possessing pure heart and love to pass her test. I needed your love to open that door and transform the area into Amethyst Grotto. And just because someone meets Namira's requirements doesn't mean they'll pass. But Talia is sort of a wild card. She possesses the soul of one of the 4 creators of that place. No matter what Talia was like, Namira would have accepted her. There's no way she could have passed it on her own. She needed you to be her guide and ally. Well then, you got what you wanted. Talia and I opened the door to Amethyst Grotto, and she sealed it within Vivian's amulet, and made it so only those of pure heart could enter. So even after all this, there's no way you'd be able to enter. That's quite alright with me. I don't need to be the one to enter. As long as it's open, it's all for the taking. But it didn't end there, did it? Huh? After we opened the door, things didn't get better. They got worse. Talia started to have episodes where she claimed one thing, but evidence showed otherwise. Finally, you're starting to piece things together. Yeah, that was Behem too. Sorry about that. After you completed your first purpose, there was no need for you to be in love with Talia anymore. She was destined to die, so I thought I would lessen the blow if I made you resent her. That's why I messed with her memory, to make her experience things that weren't real. I thought if I made her unstable and violent, you and Nora would leave her, or something. That didn't really happen though. Your relationship definitely suffered, but you two were stubborn. Eventually she was killed by... you. She was killed by you. Oh no, I think you misunderstand. The killer and I have no affiliation. We had similar goals, but there was no collaboration. And rightfully so. He couldn't even get his own target correct. What do you mean? He killed Talia and Nora. True, but they deleted the wrong soul. What? When you found Talia and Nora in the burning house, what did you find? You found Talia with a stab wound, and Nora was completely encased in stone. If you kill Talia, she'd only reincarnate. So why would he go after Nora? Why did the killer demand that you kill Talia? If you remember correctly, they never specified who to kill. They just referred to her as the Maiden of Reincarnation. It's because they didn't know who it was. That's why they told me to do it. The only ones who knew were Sella and I was the best candidate out of the two. And upon her death, Talia would reincarnate and reveal herself. Exactly. And when you wouldn't kill her, the killer ran out of possible candidates to attack. So they just planned a full-on assault on Sheerden Village. But in the end, they got it wrong anyway and obliterated Nora's soul. So really, the only real death here was Nora's. There's no way she even made it to heaven. You need a soul for that, right? Moments after Talia's death, Alita was born into this world. Upon opening up Amethyst Grotto, Alita's birth was my ultimate goal. Her birth is necessary for even greater things that will soon become apparent. After that, you had no role in any of this anymore. You were useless and led a sad existence. And what was meant to be our final interaction led into events that I didn't exactly plan. Since you had nothing else to really live for, I gave you a little parting gift. You gave me a parting gift. Over the course of your journey, you've received many parting gifts from a variety of people. I thought it was only fitting if I did the same as well. Remember these aperiations? Your mind didn't create those. I inserted them into your memory. I've tampered with your memory so much that I couldn't process what was real and what wasn't. And that's why Kaya couldn't find anything wrong with me. It's because there was nothing wrong with me in the first place. Yeah, I thought seeing those aperiations of Talia and Nora would lead you to end your own life. That didn't happen though. So, I went to the next best thing. Deagan. Yep, it was pretty easy to convince him, so there wasn't a problem there. It's kind of ironic that he was the one who ended up dying. But then the aperiation stopped for a long time. That was part of my final plan. I wanted you to feel hope. Hope that you were becoming better. And in that hope, you would fall into despair realizing you weren't better. It almost worked. You went crazy and tried to kill Kaya, and she sent you flying off a mountain. That would have definitely ended your lifespan, but Team Zen had to be annoying. Which leads us to where we are now, Kita. I've already overexerted my time being here, playing around with you. And believe me when I say that this will be our final encounter. You are a fantastic subject through and through. It was an honor working with you. Subject. That's all I was to you, huh? You've tampered with my life to the point where it wasn't ever my own. You've set me up to fail. I've lost so many loved ones. Only because I was some sort of experiment or project. And then once you had your way, you tried to dispose of everything? Yeah, that sounds about right. But even if I did deceive you, information to realize what was going on was all there. In fact, you realized it at the very beginning, remember? Oh, this can't be real. You realized what was going on was really weird, and you verbally expressed this. I gotta say, this made me pretty nervous. That's why I had to give you that amulet to solidify this truth. But even then, Talia expressed to you many times that she didn't know who you were, so I think you questioned it, like, once, and that was it. That's just how things go, though. Please understand that this wasn't at all personal. None of what I did was to attack you directly. Really, it could have been anyone, but it just happened to be you. Everyone will get their bad ending one way or another. And if it makes you feel any better, I'm not exempt from that either. One day, my sins will catch up with me, and I too will have a bad ending. But, like I said, it was really a pleasure to work with you. Even if it was only really one-sided. Goodbye, Kita. Your life was a worthy sacrifice for the progression of our plans. You have a lot of nerve to show your face around here. I apologize for what I did before. I didn't mean to attack you. I was tricked by my own mind, but that's my fault. I should have realized. I see. If that's the case, there's something I need from you. A final favor. And that would be? You have power to see people's connections and emotions, correct? Would it be possible to numb my mind? I don't wish to feel anything anymore. It would certainly be possible, but why would you do such a thing? Everything. Life's just too difficult for me. I don't want to care about anything anymore. They're just hindering me. I can certainly do it, though I don't know what kind of effects it may have on you. Even with this done, however, you will still feel a tiny amount. No one can run from what's inside their hearts. I'm fine with this. Please do it. Very well. Please stand still. It is done. The form you see before you is a manifestation of your soul and emotion. As long as you two are separate, then... What have you done? I sent it somewhere. It'll be locked away. If I ever need my emotions and soul again, I'll just re-merge with him. Not that I ever will. I have no need for such baggage. Thank you, Kaya. Your efforts are greatly appreciated. Kenneth. It's Kita, not Kenneth. I'll be taking my leave now. This will be the last time we'll see each other, I'm sure. And it was from that moment on that Kita isolated himself completely from the village. He no longer cared about running what Talia started. In fact, it seemed like he didn't care about anything at all. And because of that, there were consequences. The village was unkempt and abandoned. Many people saw no point in living in a place with no leader. The man they looked up to no longer existed, and that was that. His last few remaining loyal followers stayed in anticipation of his return. But a broken man is a broken man. One can be repaired, but it takes a lot of work and love. Okita rejected both by isolating himself. So he truly never got better, and died to the hands of Team Zen, as you know. The final words that rang in his ears were probably the final words from Talia. The words that cut deep. Words that broke the man in the first place. And all just ends. No, that's wrong. What's wrong? It's just that's not how I remember things going. Kenneth said Talia blamed him for her and Nora's death, but that's wrong. That's not what happened. What? Back when I was in my rift, Talia shared a memory with me. A memory of that night. A memory of how she fought back and lost. But she didn't blame Kenneth. Not at all. This is how it really went. Talia? Nora? I'm sorry, Kenneth. I couldn't protect her. Talia, oh God, it's going to be okay. I'll get you out of here. No, it's too late. I'm not going to make it. Talia, don't say that. I can still save you. Kenneth, I want you to listen to me. I don't want you to blame yourself for any of this. You understand me? This wasn't your fault. It wasn't anyone's fault. And even though my life came to such a horrid and sudden end, the years you gave me were the best years I've ever had. Even with an ending like this, I would never go back and change anything. I have no regrets, and I'm so glad you found me when you did. So even when I'm gone, I want you to keep smiling, okay? Smile for the me that doesn't get to grow old with you. Smile for the me that gets to see the world through new eyes. Will you promise me that? Talia, I promise you. I promise you with everything I have. I'm glad. Goodbye, my love. It's been really fun. I love you. Talia loved Kenneth with all her heart, even in the end. I don't know why Kenneth thought any differently, but... Sella, are you okay? Why are you crying? She's doing the exact same thing I want to do right now. Oh dear, these aren't tears of sadness. They're tears of joy. I'm so happy that even in her final moments, she was happy. Ah, I see. But this leads me to believe that there are more truths to be found within my own memory. Vivian spoke to me and told me that I need to go to the spring of purification, preservation, and rejuvenation to regain all of our memories. She said that once I've regained all of my memories, that everything would become clear. And that I would remember the secret of Amethyst Grotto. So, that's why I'm leaving. Leaving? Throughout my entire journey, I thought I never had a purpose in life. I was just aimlessly existing until the title of sensei would be passed down to me. But now I realize that I have greater things in store for me, which means I need to get stronger and grow myself. So I'm going on a journey to regain my memories and to retake back what belongs to Kenneth and Talia. You mean you're going back? That's right. I'm going back to Sheerden to take back what Texan stole. I'm going to take back my village, and after everything with Team Zen is over and done with, I will take what Kenneth and Talia left for me and make Sheerden the best it ever was. Let me go with you, Alita. No, this is a journey I'll have to take on my own. In fact, the only Pokemon I'm bringing with me is the very same Halucha Kenneth gave to me. I guess an old bag like me would just slow you down anyway. Then you go, Alita. You're strong. I know you can do it. Thank you, Sella. I'll make you proud. And that is going to be the end of Pokemon Rejuvenation, Where Love Lies. It's a tearjerker, that's for sure. So something I should probably mention right here. Oh, and also, at this point, there is a free code right here. The code is the same for everybody. You can use this on your Rejuvenation save files. You can go to the central building in Grand Dream City and during the day as well, and use this with one of the I guess you'd call her a clerk, or a desk clerk. You can use this with her, and she will give you that shiny Riolu. It's got locked 20 IVs. It's pretty good. So after you beat the game, you'll actually find yourself back up here at the same spot where you last fought with Deagan. So I'm going to be completely honest with you right here. I didn't actually know that the true ending and the false ending, if you want to call it the false ending, are basically the same except for the false ending has omitted scenes. I didn't actually know that, so we're not actually going to go over the quote-unquote false ending because that would be kind of pointless. You've seen everything there is to see at this point. That also means we don't actually have to have another battle with Deagan, thankfully. But on another note, I want to mention a few things. Thanks for the support on this series. It's a little bit of a smaller series compared to Rejuvenation, which was massive. This is literally only like 7 parts long. Also, the major upload after this one is going to be the beginning of Pokemon Insurgents. That is going to be a major series. It has a ton of content for me to go over. And it's also a mostly completed game. I think the only thing that's happening to it now might be like patches, and I don't think it's by the creator anymore. I'm not really sure on that, but we'll get to that eventually. But I just want to thank you all for watching. So thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for the support. Hope you enjoyed, hope it helped, and I will catch you all on the next one. Thank you, and peace.